Well, Hammy, day 2 out in Spain and a practice match this morning against the Portuguese side. How's the trip going for you so far?
Yeah, it's been good. Obviously, very uncomfortable environment out here, but that's kind of why we're out here. We obviously came here last year. We know what the place is like. We know how tough it can be. But that togetherness and that bringing everybody together, which we talked so often about last year, when push comes to shove, that's what we're looking at. So obviously we've just played a game, some really pleasing bits in it, some bits that need a lot of work on, but that's what you expect pre-season. Lads have had a real tough day yesterday, really put them through it, so we expected a bit of fatigue and we kind of got that today, but that's nothing new for us.
You had the game against Matlock on Friday, you've got the game on Friday as well. How do you manage the matches in amongst, and we've seen them, what are very intense fitness sessions?
Yeah, well, we just plan and prepare for it, so everybody's got an allocated group of minutes. Obviously we've had a couple of niggles so they couldn't play today, so shifted things around, moved things around, but all the main aim at the minute is just to get the lads as fit as we possibly can. Obviously out here, try and not get injuries, which is obviously a concern sometimes in this heat, or niggles or contact injuries. There's not a lot you can do with. I think every injury so far has been a little kick, but we should have a few more bodies back Friday, and that's what you kind of expect pre-season, obviously. But no, we're pleased with how the camp's going. There's obviously a lot of elements we need to work on and absolutely nail, but that's part of the process. I think some new players get a little bit frustrated early on because we just fitness, but we want to really see the character. Can they do it when they're absolutely on the knees? Can people pick them up? And that's kind of what we're looking for at this moment in time.
It is hot, it is uncomfortable, you push them to their limits. Do you need that bit of adversity to build the character and build the togetherness in the group?
That's what we're here for. We know it's uncomfortable heat. We know it's as I repeated earlier in the interview. It's just important to see how they deal with it. How do they deal with it? Do they go into the shell? Do they encourage? Do they mump? Do they moan? And we've had all kinds of different scenarios. But it's down to us to kind of look. We don't do that here. These are the standards. This is what we're representing. We push on, and a really good workout. 80-minute game there. Obviously we've kind of tiered it back a little bit to get the minutes in, but yeah, like we're just pleased to come out of the game with everybody unscathed. Everybody's had game time. Everybody's been used to having people around the feet again, which I know sounds weird, but it's kind of easy training sometimes when people are pressing you. They're not going to kick you, whereas obviously today people have got tighter to us, people have got nearer than us, but yeah, a lot for us as coaches to work on and a lot to put into players.
People will have seen earlier in the conversation the players walking past behind with chairs and bin bags and rubbish and things. You've put a big emphasis on making sure that everything is left neat and tidy. How much is part of the standards you're trying to set within the group?
Well, we all represent the badge, and I think Gaffer spoke about it interview after interview. We represent ourselves, we represent as family, but more importantly we represent club, and it's a big thing that we've always embedded in our culture, and it's one that we'll carry on to. Why should somebody else get our rubbish up? Why should somebody else? I know it sounds really common sense, but obviously I have seen it, and you will see it probably even on this trip where teams do come and just leave it a mess or whatever else. But that ain't us. That ain't who we are. But look, we're not here to be rubbish up collectors. We're here to do a job and get out here and get fitter and go back in a better mindset with things embedded that we can then progress on and fine tune. I mean, at the minute we're kind of a little bit way off. I don't mean physically, I just mean in terms of tactically where we're looking to improve upon, but that's been no different from last 8-9 years. It's more about individual fitness, individual ball skills, dealing with the ball, things that you can't kind of do over the summer. Lads have come back in incredibly good shape, but we're just trying to fine tune them even more so that athletically we can hopefully run over teams.